Yesterday, the Federal Reserve announced they are cranking up the money printer again. They are lowering interest rates by 0.5%. That means all of these, certificates of deposit that are paying 5% in order for people to park their money on the sidelines will now be paying 4.5%, meaning 10% less. It also means interest rates will start on all sorts of borrowing through the economy will start dropping, and they do that by buying back government bonds or adjusting interest rates that banks can get from the Federal Reserve to park money overnight. So as interest rates come down, money that was parked on the sidelines as a result of just sitting there raising, getting high interest rates, that money comes flooding back into the economy, which usually causes two things. One, it causes inflation, because that money is now chasing goods and services rather than just being parked on the sidelines. And two, it tends to cause people to move to assets that are not being debased. So when the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates, it results in more money printing, and that results in further debasement of the U.S. dollar, which over time, obviously, the more it loses, the more people invest in things like Bitcoin. So anyway, super quick video just to say the Federal Reserve did lower interest rates. They were either going to do a 0.25% drop or a 0.5% drop. So they did the larger of the two options, which means between sort of mini money printing, tongue twister, between mini money printing and medium money printing, they went with the medium money printing option, which was the higher of the two. And if they continue, I think they have two more Federal Reserve rate cut meetings this year. Depending on whether they do 0.25% or 0.5%, depends on whether they go into sort of overdrive money printing mode or just sort of stay at, medium money printing mode. But anyway, we're officially back in Federal Reserve money printing. And as a result, Bitcoin is up like 5% in the last day or two, right at about just under $64,000 per coin. Of course, the prediction is at one of these points, the breakouts will continue to march higher to new all-time highs. There's no way of predicting whether this is the one, because every time people predict this is the one, it ends up not being the one, and we have to wait a little longer. So I'm not going to attempt to predict whether this is the breakout that will take us to new all-time highs. I can just predict that one of these breakouts will be the breakout that takes us to new all-time highs. Also, BlackRock released earlier this week a really, really, really good 9-page report that's worth reading, highlighting all of the benefits of Bitcoin. They've got some great charts in there, just highly recommended. So, and BlackRock is the largest money manager in the entire world. They have assets of about $10 trillion under management. And they sent a notice to their customers this week saying, hey, here's all the reasons that BlackRock is backing Bitcoin and why we think our customers ought to own Bitcoin. And then, of course, they own and run the largest Bitcoin exchange traded fund. IBIT is the ticker symbol IBIT, which is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, which is the largest Bitcoin ETF. It is also the fastest growing ETF in history. So anyway, hopefully that helps. The news is federal rate cuts, money printing, and more news from BlackRock that they are more committed to Bitcoin than ever. And of course, Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy is buying more Bitcoin, and a bunch of other companies are buying more Bitcoin. So all is well in the world of Bitcoin. It's just a matter of whether all of the good news and the updates are enough to overcome the sellers that are getting bored because it's been 6 months since an all-time high. And the longer it goes from an all-time high, the more people get bored, check out, and sell Bitcoin. So at some point, the buying pressure from all the financial, sort of the professional money will be enough to exhaust the selling pressure from random bored tourists who are selling because they haven't had an all-time high in a while. And as soon as that happens, the price goes up. And as soon as the price goes up, rather than tourists getting bored and leaving, it attracts more new tourists, which makes the price go even higher. And then everybody that was sort of getting bored and moving on suddenly is piling back in because Bitcoin is exciting again. So at some point, we'll have the rally that brings all the bored people back in because it's exciting again. And meanwhile, all of the smart money continues to stockpile Bitcoin, which to me seems like the smartest thing in the entire world right now. So that's your update today, and great time to buy Bitcoin as always, and you can still buy it below $64,000 and before the massive price, the next big massive price appreciation. You can still buy it before that massive next big price appreciation, which I anticipate is either already did start this week, or I don't know, maybe it's another false start, and maybe it's going to be a future price rally. I don't know. I just know that it is absolutely positively coming, and that it always bounces back, and so it's just a matter of time. So great time to buy Bitcoin. Fantastic time to buy Bitcoin. But anyway, not financial advice, not tax advice, not accounting advice, just my opinion. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.